All right, what is up, ladies and gents? Jason Ward, Ward's Way to Fitness here for another YouTube video. So I missed posting one yesterday. I was working on a new certification, trying to further how I can benefit my clients, and just got caught up doing the quizzes and exams and readings and didn't get a chance to do a video. But I'm gonna do one today for you. So today I wanna talk about focusing on little changes. So a lot of times when people set a goal for themselves, they just think about the big picture. They're looking at what's the biggest things I need to do to get myself to that goal. We really should focus on smaller, more processed goals to get you to that outcome goal. So if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, you should look at what are the steps I need to take to lose that first 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and so on, and just work your way through the process that way. It's a much more realistic and manageable way to approach your goals. If you try to immediately jump to where you're gonna be when you get to that 50-pound weight loss goal, you're gonna crash and burn. That's what most people do. That's why we see such a yo-yo diet effect in today's diet culture. So if you want to make sustainable long-term change, you need to focus on what little habits you can do to bring you to your goal. All right, so think about what's the smallest change I can make today that will make the biggest difference right now. So that really is going to depend on where you are in your journey. I actually had a client a couple weeks ago. She told me that she was struggling to lose weight. She seemed to have plateaued. And so I asked her what she was eating. And then we decided that the easiest change she could make was change her peanut butter to PB2, which is half the calories. She was eating it twice a day. So she went from 180 to 90 calories. So she just cut 90 calories. Next week she comes back, she's lost another pound. Simple, easy change anybody could do to continue to move the needle forward towards that big overall goal. Right? I have done the same thing with many different nutrition clients, right? Switching, say, like a fattier cut of beef to a leaner cut. So maybe you're doing an 80-20 ground beef and you switch to an 85-15. That can be enough to initiate a response from the body to get you to start moving toward the goal again. So try not to focus too much on the big things that we need to change. Make the little changes, make them consistently, and you will see the progress that you want, right? So mostly I was talking about nutrition there. Protein is another one that you could focus on. How can I get a little bit more protein? Some people go from like eating 70, 80 grams of protein per day and try to jump that right up to 200. A better approach would be to take it step by step. Go from 70 to 80, maybe to 90 to 100. And then once that feels pretty easy, then you move to 110 and 120 and so on, right? And you can do the same thing with your calories, as I mentioned, right? So if you're at, say, 2,500 calories is your daily intake, you bring it down to 24, you do that until it stops working, and then you can move it down to 23, and you continue in that fashion. It's simple. Little changes can create those effects, right? Sleep is another big one. People don't really focus enough on how much sleep they're getting or the quality of that sleep. So little things that you can do to improve your sleep: turn your devices off 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. So no TV, no phones, or if you do use them, get some blue light blockers to help you deal with those blue lights, because they will affect your circadian rhythms and your ability to produce melatonin, which will help you fall asleep and sleep deeper. You can also change the temperature in your room, hopefully. Maybe you're going a little too warm. It should be about 70 degrees in your room, ideally, for sleep. If it's too hot or it's too cold, you won't sleep as well. So it's another little thing that you could change to help you get more results. Looking at your workouts, you can do the same thing, right? Maybe you're doing 2 weight workouts per week. That's working for a while. Maybe add a 3rd workout per week to get things started again. Or if you're doing 3, you can maybe move to 4, and so on, right? You probably don't need to work out every day. Some people try to do the 7 days a week, and they're really going hard every single time they go to the gym, thinking no rest days. It's not a great strategy. 4 or 5 days a week is more than enough for most people to achieve the level of success that they're looking for. If you are having a more extreme goal, like getting ready for a stage, competitions, of bodybuilding, whatever, or maybe you're involved in CrossFit, whatever the case might be, if you're in a more competitive environment, then that can change how often you can and should train. But for most of us, 4 or 5 days a week is going to be plenty. Cardio. So a lot of people jump right in and start doing 3, 4, 1-hour sessions of cardio every week. And I think that's a mistake. Probably start with 1 and see if that makes a difference. And then if you are not making any progress anymore, you can add another one, right? Those little changes will add up. And starting with 20 to 30 minutes instead of an hour is much more manageable for most people with their time. And honestly, probably the best thing that you could do would be to try to take 3 10-minute walks every day. That has been shown to be as effective as metformin for controlling your blood sugar. And they also did a study where they had people do 3 10-minute walks or 10,000 steps. So they split them into the 2 groups. And what they found is the group that did the 3 10-minute walks, even though they walked less steps, actually saw better benefits for their long-term health. So they reduced more of their weight more, they had better control of their blood sugars, right? Markers like that all improved. So it's generally pretty easy for most people to get 3 10-minute walks in. If you can do it right after meals, that's the best time. All right. And then another change you can make to help you cope is meditation, right? And if you have ever meditated, you know that it's not necessarily easy. You should probably start with a small amount, like say maybe 10 minutes a day, and build on that again as you get more proficient at it. It is a skill. You do have to learn and practice in order to be able to get better. All right. So that's just a little bit of some little things you can focus on to help make big changes in your life. Hopefully you guys found that information useful. If you liked the video, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel for future updates. I will be back again tomorrow for another What Diet Is This Wednesdays. All right, guys, have a great day.